Welcome back to Between the Lines on Sports Radio 810 WHB. It's time to spend a few moments talking with a program that's very near and dear to my heart, and that is getting kids playing golf in any way that we possibly can. In just a couple of moments, we're going to have a couple of special guests joining us. Not such a special guest because we're so close now. It's my man, Jeff Bury. He's here. He's the director of golf and schools for the Midwest section of the PGA. You're special too, Jeff. Great to see you. How are you?
Well, thanks, Kevin. Yes, it's great to be here.
It is, and I know your friends here in a moment are going to make a really special announcement. It's an exciting day for the SNAG program, which is starting new at golf, and you've basically spent your career in golf teaching and at clubs and in the game of golf with the PGA, and you've transitioned into a next phase of your career where it's all just a complete commitment to getting children playing golf. Tell me a little bit about what your mission is and what SNAG is and why this is so important for kids to be playing golf.
Well, Kevin, my mission really, or our mission really as a PGA section is to grow the game of golf. And absolutely the best way to do that is by reaching kids, especially young kids. And so years back, about 2011, we put together a strategic business plan, which gave us the opportunity to introduce the game of golf through schools and school districts. And I'm happy to report we have over 200,000 kids now with golf in school throughout the Midwest PGA section.
That is an amazing number, and that's not just here in Kansas City. Now, it's wide-ranging, and I've got a nice list of places right here close to Kansas City that have golf in school. Hickman Mills, Grain Valley, Lee's Summit, Olathe District, North Kansas City, Eudora, Baldwin, Warrensburg, Sedalia, Liberty. And the short story on this is if you can raise the funds or if some sponsor, some business or individual in any one community wants to buy the equipment, the schools will latch on very quickly. The school districts don't necessarily have it in their budget to buy the equipment, and it's not that expensive. For $3,000, you can take care of and teach golf to 2,500 kids. Is that right?
That's right. It's really amazing, and the support through the Midwest PGA Foundation we receive from individuals and businesses is the driver. That's the economic driver. And as you said, the schools get all the programming, curriculum, equipment, training, and backup support from PGA golf pros at no cost. It's almost a too good to be true scenario.
It really is. It really is. And I know you're excited with what we're going to be announcing here in a moment. Can you just take a moment for me before we make that announcement with your friends that we brought in here today and tell me how you feel about how it's grown over the 4 years that you've been involved doing this?
Well, it's been amazing, one step at a time. And it seems like yesterday we introduced the program in the Kansas City metro area in Olathe. And Olathe has over 20,000 kids participating right now. And to see it not only reach the big districts, but the little districts, that's what's so fun. I mean, we have Goodland, Kansas, Colby, Kansas, Maryville, Missouri, Joplin, Pittsburgh. We are all over the Midwest PGA section, and it's exciting because there's 41 PGA sections, and I feel like we're on the leading edge, and we are going to impact lives through golf, which is our foundation's mission. And again, what better way to do it than through kids? And all the enthusiasm that we see is contagious. The teachers, the administrators of the districts, and the kids especially, they love this programming.
Jeff Bury is Director of Golf and Schools with the Midwest section of the PGA. He's brought in his good friend Tom Akmus with the Midwest section of the PGA, and Leanne Neal is here from the Shawnee Mission School District Communications Department. And we got a nice announcement here today. And Tom, I'm going to let you make the announcement, then we'll talk to Leanne about how the Shawnee Mission School District is stepping up with the SNAG program to start new at golf in the Shawnee Mission Schools. Welcome, Tom. How are you?
Well, I'm great, Kevin. Thank you very much for having me on today. And it's certainly my great pleasure to be able to announce that the Shawnee Mission School District is going to be part of our SNAG and school program that's provided through the Midwest Section PGA Foundation.
Okay, this is catching the big fish and mounting it on the wall. Shawnee Mission's in. Leanne is here. How are you? Good to see you.
I'm well. Thank you so much for having us, and we are thrilled. We can't say thank you enough to the Midwest PGA for their partnership and for bringing this to the district. Their donation will impact nearly 20,000 students starting this fall with this school year. We'll be bringing SNAG and school golf to our students in grades kindergarten through 8th.
What was the decision process for Shawnee Mission? Is this once you have the equipment, and I know that Tom can speak to this, a lot of the pros come in and help teach the PE instructors or the teachers. This is all done at the school. It's almost like adding new curriculum. It's kind of a win-win, isn't it?
It's great because actually this will be taught as a component of our physical education, our PE classes for our elementary and middle school students. But as an educator, I think really as I look through the program, not only is their donation of the equipment important and the curriculum that goes with it, but that support, that partnership and that ongoing support of access to professionals who are willing to bring their expertise as partners to the school district. That's really what it's all about, and that's what makes our schools great. And we're so fortunate in our community that we have partners that really come out and support their schools.
You know what, I was talking earlier, and I'm not judging one era or one time versus another. It's just the reality of where we are. But at very young ages, we see children now with cell phones and distractions and video games, and they don't like to necessarily get off the couch and get as much exercise. And when I was a kid, my mom used to drop me at a golf course and pick us up like 6 hours later. I mean, it was a weird thing. We just went and we were all outside and there were no phones and all that. That's not really the reality today. To get kids thinking about the game of golf, which teaches so much about life lessons, honor and discipline and sportsmanship, and then a great game where you're outdoors and actually being physical, the positive messages for young people are numerous, aren't they?
That's correct. Technology is a tool. It has its place. But certainly activity is something that we support. And the lessons, as I've flipped through their curriculum, not just the sportsmanship aspects and the foundational skills of the game, but they also have done a great job of incorporating some of those other lessons, math lessons and different things at those young levels, counting up your score, those kind of things. So it's combining a lot of important things into one, and I think will bring a lot of benefit to our students.
Leanne Neal is with the Shawnee Mission School District, Tom Akmus, Midwest section of the PGA. Tom, explain how this works a little bit. This is not loading students up in buses and taking them to a golf course and going to the driving range. This comes right into the gym or the outdoor play areas or whatever it may be at the schools. Let's describe a little bit how SNAG works.
Well, Kevin, SNAG is a modified form of golf. In the past, teaching golf in the schools has been very difficult, can be somewhat challenging and dangerous at times with the equipment. But with SNAG, you have the option of teaching it indoors or outdoors. The equipment was designed and developed by PGA professionals and educators. It teaches the proper function and form used in developing the various skills used to play shots in the game of golf. But what we do is recruit a task force of PGA professionals in the area to come into the schools and set up a training session for the PE instructors or PE teachers. We'll come in and provide all of the training and use of the equipment, how to set up the program, and provide ongoing support throughout the school year as needed by the PE
Okay,
teachers.
so as I understand, that's going to take place on August 7th. There's going to be a workshop for the Shawnee Mission teachers, and you all will be together and do all this together, and you can learn most of this pretty much in one day. Is that how that's going to work?
Absolutely.
Yeah, the training will be part of our pre-service days for our teachers, and so our partners locally will come in, they'll set up, they'll teach the teachers so that then when they get to that day in their curriculum where they're ready to do the SNAG and school golf lessons, they'll be prepared and will be able to easily integrate that into what they're already doing.
Is it pretty much every PE teacher, or do you just need one at each school that wants to do the golf portion? How does...
Well, for us, like at an elementary school, typically you have a PE teacher. So all of those teachers will be coming. And then I believe also are at the high school level. We're not implementing the SNAG program necessarily in that program, but our golf coaches and PE teachers at that level will also be invited to come, because then eventually they'll be the beneficiaries of some of these students. Because I think that another neat byproduct of this is exposing students to another activity, a potential lifelong sport and activity that they may have an interest in, so that when they get to high school, some of them may choose to explore playing that competitively and then taking that with them into their adult lives as well.
Well, Tom, I'm sure you see this all the time. You're going to see some young kids that start doing this and go, hey, this is fun. you know, grabbing this thing and whacking this ball is pretty cool. And okay, there's targets, and I'm getting a score here, and I'm keeping the score. They're going to want to get to the golf course too.
Absolutely. You know, Kevin, it's been my experience that, as you know, as golfers, the game can be pretty challenging to develop your skill. It can be frustrating at times. But with SNAG, I've found that it's by far the easiest way to learn the game. I even use the SNAG program with teaching adults. Certainly the children that I teach in my youth program, and I've seen at some of the other school districts that I've worked with, it's so easy and fun for the kids, and there's nothing better than to see that child out there having some success and having fun doing golf.
We still have some districts in and around Kansas City that have not signed up and participating in this. Blue Valley, Independence, Blue Springs. Hey, listen, I'm the guy. I'll call them out. They're not doing it. Shawnee Mission's in. I don't know why those districts aren't in doing this. And I understand there's a cost involved in getting the equipment to start the thing up, but it's all volunteer time. The PGA pros are going to come in and teach your staff that's already in place. This is a great new activity for the kids. There's so many lessons to be learned. It's an absolute no-brainer. And Leanna, not asking you to speak for other districts or whatever, but if you have the equipment, is there any reason at all why a school or a school district wouldn't take this program in?
Well, as we started, I said thank you so much to the Midwest PGA and their foundation, because really it was through their generosity, their grant. Their donation is somewhere, I think, in the neighborhood of $21,000 to $25,000 that they're providing to allow us to have the equipment that will serve all of our students, grades K through 8, the equipment, the curriculum, the initial training of our teachers, and that ongoing support. So, you know, that's such a great gift, and schools appreciate that, and it's really that community commitment, everybody working together in the best interest of our students, and that's what makes our area great.
And in many of these places that we mentioned, some of the smaller towns or more rural areas, it's sometimes just a local business steps up and says, yeah, okay, I'm committing $3,000. I'll buy the equipment. We're going to make sure these kids have the SNAG program to learn golf and have it in their PE class at the grade school level and start right there. And again, not to call these other districts out, but my challenge is with the radio show here today is, if this sounds interesting to you and you love the game of golf and you want to grow the game of golf, get a hold of the Midwest section of the PGA. Go to MidwestPGA.com. Check out the website. You can contact the folks there. If you run a business, if you have $3,000 that you're going, I want to donate this to charity and I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with it, but you love the game of golf and you want to help grow the game of golf, you can't imagine how much good a donation like that would do. Contact the Midwest section of the PGA. Go to the website, MidwestPGA.com. And especially if you live in the Blue Valley District, Independence, Blue Springs, one of those places, you don't have this, because nobody has stepped up and said, okay, we're going to raise the funds and get this in the schools. It is, in my opinion, it is too much to ask the taxpayers to do, or the school districts. All right, they're doing their best to educate the kids. This can be done privately. We can raise this money. We can find good people that love the game of golf and get this equipment for these kids. You ought to see the smiles on their faces and the looks, and you can see videos online if you go to the website and check it all out. These kids just have a blast doing this stuff, learning the game of golf. The best way to describe the equipment is it's not Nerf equipment, but it's not real golf. There's no danger. They're not swinging 7-irons where it's physically dangerous. Real golf balls aren't flying around. You're teaching the techniques of the game with targets that be done indoors or outdoors. It's a very simple application of teaching the game of golf. And I'm telling you, if you are a PE teacher and you're listening, get this in your school. Make the call. Find somebody, go down to your local car dealer or whoever it may be and say, look, we need a sponsor. Somebody step up, kick some bucks in. Let's get this in the schools for the kids. Go to MidwestPGA.com. And sometimes it just takes a little private money, a business Tom or somebody like that to step up, because you can't calculate or put a price on all the volunteer hours of the PGA pros that are doing this and all the man and woman power hours of all the teachers that are going to be engaged in teaching this.
Absolutely. You know, Kevin, it takes a lot of people and the commitment of a lot of people to make this program work, of course. I know our PGA professionals are out there every day doing fundraisers, trying to raise money for this program. I know that the local businesses, as you mentioned, at the various clubs and golf courses, there are bound to be people that want to help support this program. So any way you can get involved would be appreciated.
Leanne, I always, in interviews like this, like to open it up for you to share with me your thoughts on the district or some of the things that you'd like people to know about your school district. I'm a 1982 grad of Shawnee Mission North, so I'm a product of the Shawnee Mission school system. I'm really proud of the district for stepping up and doing this, and the foundation for being able to, provide the equipment. Maybe just tell me a little bit about your school district and things you got going on, as we're not too far away from the school year starting back up, are we? Well, I'm not supposed to bring that up around educators, right? They like summer.
That's right. That summer break really does fly by, and in fact, we have crews hard at work. There's a lot of, our community came out and it supported a bond in January, and so we're already busy starting on a lot of that construction. So if you drive by any one of our schools, practically, you'll see trucks there and a lot of work. We have some new rebuilds of elementary schools that will be coming out of the ground, one in each of our high school attendance areas. We have a huge digital learning initiative. We mentioned technology has its place, and certainly that's something that we've taken on and will fully realize this year. The SNAG in-school golf program is something new for us this year, so we have a lot of really great initiatives across the gamut going on, and it's really in large part because of our community. The Johnson County community, the Shawnee Mission community values education, comes out and supports its schools. We hope maybe you'll come out. We'd love to have you and be part of maybe some of our SNAG trainings, or come out and visit with some of our kids and see how they're enjoying their new program.
That sounds great. I'd be honored to do that. Now, this is a sports show, so I'll just go ahead and ask you, who's the favorite to win the league in football this year? Do we know? Oh, I've put you on the spot now, haven't I?
I'm very diplomatic, so I'm going to beg out of that.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Okay.
But certainly, on the high school, you have 5 wonderful contenders. So.
5 wonderful. I love that. See, we don't even allow that here, but you're so nice. I'm not going to press you on this. It's okay, right?
Yes.
All right, I'll say go North, I guess. And I shouldn't say this, but I know they're not going to win it. So it's going to be somebody else, but that's okay. Leanne, it's very, very nice to meet you, and thank you so much, and everyone at the district, for stepping up and doing this. I know it's a big day for everyone that's worked so hard for years to try to get SNAG in the schools for the kids. We're very excited to be in the Shawnee Mission District.
Thank you. Thanks for having us and letting us make the announcement here.
Thank you, Leanne, Neal, and Tom Aikmus. Great job at the PGA, and all of your men and women that'll be out there on August 7th helping train the staff at the Shawnee Mission Schools. It's going to be a great year for SNAG, isn't it?
Absolutely. Kevin, thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate being involved.
Great to see you. Tom Aikmus, Leanne, Neal, joining us right here on Between the Lines.